Curse Bruce Wayne's incredible magnetism. We all knew this was coming from the first time Batman interacted with Dr. Zeller. It was right there. The romance, or flirting with it, it was inevitable. Bruce Wayne cannot be within a couple of feet of a female character without rizzing her up. It's a sickness. Batman number 5 inside on the title page is just called Date Night. The cover proclaims the Ojo strikes. And no, you're not having a stroke and haven't fallen into a parallel dimension, and it's not a Mandela effect thing. The character's name was changed. It was originally Lady Deathman. This run of Batman has been a lot of fun, and I just wanted to pop back in and talk about it. It's been months. Also, in the first video, I kept calling Dr. Zeller Dr. Keller, and I still want to. I wrote it in the script a few times. I can't stop transposing it. You're not going to see that, but on camera, we're going to get redemption. Also, I have extra voice talents today for Batman. My husband wanted to come back. I'm going to allow this, even if he made fun of me for blushing at one of the lines. You get to guess which one. I'm Sasha, this is Casually Comics, and let's explore mainline Batman. Absolute Batman is generating a lot of discussion, so let's talk about what's going on with mainline Bruce. This current run is being written by Matt Fraction with art by Jorge Jimenez and Tomamori on colors. And while it has connective tissue, this run in general has a bit more of an episodic feel issue to issue. Though time of recording, that return to a kind of more classic, just being able to grab one and go kind of format has become more popular. It's coming back into vogue a little bit. So the build is nice if you're reading issue by issue. You're getting all of the little layers on top of each other. You're getting the growth of Bruce and Dr. Zeller's relationship, the continued through line that began in issue 1 of exploring change, and the idea that Bruce desperately wants to / needs to believe that people can, although its starting point was an interesting one in that he was talking about how they can't, although that may have been cope. It's this belief that Dr. Zeller seemingly has in people's ability to change that is part of what is drawing him to her. The other part is suspicious. He wants to fund some of her research. That's how it starts. That's what they all say. But as for this issue, you could 100% just jump in. It opens on the start of our not date. Look at how shiny Bruce's car is. And we immediately get into the banter that's going to run through all of the issue, the it's not a date trope. That's where characters insist that they are 100% not on a date when they totally are. Is this a date?
Why would you think it's a date?
You're dressed up.
I'm dressed.
Is this a gift?
It's not a...
Yeah, you think this is a date.
It's not a date.
No, Mr. Wayne, it's not. A box that shape and size? You gotta worry. Some people move too fast. Also, I love the Lois Lane / research doctor / librarian look they've given Dr. Zeller. It's right up there with goth baddie girlfriend. Okay, so for those who are new, who is Dr. Zeller? We're gonna say her name as much as possible this video. Dr. Annika Zeller is a new character time of recording who debuted in Batman number 1 in 2025. Dr. Zeller first appeared working in Arkham Towers and is revealed to be the inventor of the Crown of Storms, not ominous at all, a device that regulates brain activity to help control the fear response to aid in the processing of trauma. While questioned by others like Dr. Hugo Strange, she maintains it's all for good and with the patient's trust. However, Batman has strong reason to believe, thanks to an incident with the Riddler, that she is testing the device on her patients. Yet he also still likes her. And they do leave space for the idea that maybe something else is going on. They met as Bruce and Annika in issue 4, where he was trying to gauge her a bit, but also flirting intensely. And she laid groundwork that could go in either direction in terms of whether they decide to make her a secret villain or not. She's very outspoken, and they use it well. They work it in, like when she complains about the sign that you see in the background of the title page. That reads, Gotham City. You don't have to be crazy to live here, but it helps. A rather tasteless sign for Gotham, given all the happenings there, which she calls out. That stupid Board of Tourism thing. Not thrilled about language that turns mental health into a cheap punchline. Don't tease me with punchline, DC. Not unless you plan to deliver. But the idea of having to attract tourists to Gotham is interesting, although you probably wouldn't have to try that hard. Just lean into the dark tourism angle. Do you always drive like this?
Yes, I do. Thank you for noticing. I've won awards, you know.
Awards?
We're driving.
Driving awards. One thing about this run so far is that it's a much lighter Batman in general. At least lighter than many associate Batman with being, which for some may be jarring. That's not to say that it can't have its more angst-ridden moments, although they veer more emotional than angsty and broody. But on the whole, there's just a much more upbeat energy. This Bruce Wayne is along the lines of a more adjusted one, so far, comparatively, which for some will be a breath of fresh air, and for others, they may wish that they're leaning a bit more into the troubled Bruce. Bruce Wayne versus Happiness, as DCKO Night Fight number 4 is promising. That series is just full of emotional damage over there. Bruce's plan was to discuss funding with her over dinner on their not date, but they never get to that questionable mix of business and pleasure because people are trying to kill Dr. Zeller. Thank goodness Bruce has awards for driving. There's this panel where one of the motorcycle riding swordsmen manages to slice a bit of Dr. Zeller's hair and Bruce catches it, but the way the panel is drawn, it looks like he stopped short and I laughed. This is a Bruce Wayne who doesn't need to pretend that he's inept at things, although he's gonna have to pull back on the fighting a bit later, but he can showcase that he has some skills, like driving. This is also a universe where we can bend the rules of how hurt you would be if you drove your car off a bridge. Although it's fun that we're back to a Bruce who can just slam an expensive car into the wall and walk it off and get another one. Drop my present. This is such a bad date.
Leave it.
No, this has been awful. I deserve a gift.
Annika, we have to run.
Then put me down and let's go. The way they banter around here makes the relationship feel fairly well worn. It started to make me want to give it a chance. Started to ship it a little bit. Yes, you can ship things that are canonically happening. The root of relationship, when it comes to that online vernacular, it comes from the X-Files. And that was 100% happening on that show. Shipping is, of course, much older than that. I love that I was like, no, don't do it. Don't let this happen. Don't be evil. But also, don't date Bruce. Please don't date Bruce. Please don't end up dating Bruce. And now I'm like, please, sir, I want some more. I'm part of the problem. When it comes to Bruce's relationships, sometimes the civilian ones can be fun. Who remembers Silver St. Cloud? As for this non-date, it leans heavily into the cutesy moments and banter and interactions. It was leaning so much into the tropes that became endearing to me. It just unabashedly aimed for cheesy romance, and it's been a while since something so unashamedly did that. It was fun to me. Others, I'm sure, may hate it, and they may feel that it's too cliche, too trite. Now it's at this point in the issue that we get to meet our cover villain, and the costume does look good, although it does have a bit of a flatline energy. Maybe that's why they changed the name, or just to move away from Lord Deathman. She has swords, she can turn to birds. We don't get to see a lot of her this issue, but her arrival leads to my favorite moment, which is Bruce tossing Annika into a dumpster so he can fight without her seeing. The fight is largely silent, and it's a quick one, but a dynamic and fun one. And we get to see that Bruce is wearing body armor, which our villainess does find odd, but I mean, he does live in Gotham. The return of the bikers chasing Dr. Zeller has our other villain leaving the fight to fight them. The paneling there I found to be a tad awkward, as it seems like the motorcycle gang is far closer than they are. At least at first pass, it took me a moment to realize, oh yeah, they are further back, and so Bruce and Annika did have time to have more flirting, and also escape through the hole in the fence that Lady Ojo cut, which was a nice detail. Nice is my word of the video, apparently. There's always one. She used solid. A solid connective detail. What the hell was in that box you gave me? It broke her sword.
A cube of titanographene. My way of saying I look forward to working with you, Doctor.
I left it in the dumpster. Worth a fortune.
I already have a fortune. What I don't have is more of you.
Ugh, he's doing the Aladdin do you trust me pose. Just marry him. Get it over with. Bruce thanks her for saving his life, which she really didn't. The gift he gave her did break the sword, which then helped him, but that was more instinctive. She put it up to block the blow that was coming to her head. But he claims she made a choice. I would argue against that being a conscious choice, but it's a way to ease us back into the theme, and also this turning into a K-drama for a moment. We needed that preamble. This is where he has to give her a piggyback ride, because she can't climb the ladder in the heels and the booty skirt that she wore.
Skirt? Heels? You absolutely thought this was a date.
It's not a...
All aboard.
Now, as they climb, Bruce gets serious for a moment and brings back the conversation they were having in the car, which is a moment that is very in character. It proves that he's been thinking about that the entire time that this fight has been going on. So maybe this hasn't been that intense of a fight for him if he's able to just pull that conversation right back and start it. This conversation is about one of the core themes of this run, the idea that people can change if they want to, and that idea can be frightening, and some would rather lash out than contend with it or accept it. And that's why Dr. Zeller is a target, maybe, although they could also still be setting up what seems to be potentially a villain arc. I'm jaded. That happens with Bruce's love interest a lot too. First you date Bruce, then you betray Bruce, then you die maybe. It depends what time period it is. He does do all this while some of the panels are giving us as much skirt cake as they can tastefully get away with. And I don't mind. I now just want that skirt. But some may find it to be a bit much. Also, no amount of tight skirt can hide that he hit the choose hard in that speech. Because she may be taking people's choices away. Now, waiting for them on the roof after the comic acknowledges some of the pitfalls of wearing such a skirt on a date, Lady Ojo is waiting for them. And her blades have tasted blood. There's no dumpster for Bruce to throw Annika in up here, so she just has to go hide behind a wall. Although it does look like it's supporting a billboard, and it would have been so amazing if it was the same, you don't have to be crazy to live here billboard. There's still time.
Cute trick, but I'm not some tripsy sword boy on a dirt bike pretending to be a killer.
No, you are not. What are you, I wonder, when you're not pretending to be this?
Come here, I'll show you.
He, alas, does not get to show her, which is a shame because that was a great line. Because Damian shows up and takes her out with some subsonics that actually make Bruce's ears bleed. I studied her during my time with League of Assassins. Rapid onset decoherence is most effective to neutralize, assuming one must adhere to a no-killing policy, father. Father? The little bit of graffiti you can see almost looks like it's saying, what? Well, now Damian's done it. Bruce is gonna have to fire him, like how he fired Dick for getting shot. This is why there are code names at all times. You never know in an era of drones and surveillance. So sloppy, we can almost believe that Damian's out here messing up his father's dates on purpose. They do have Annika's nose bleeding to show that the pulse messed her up too, which is noted and appreciated. And that is issue 5, and that's a very solid hook. This issue is cute if you are into those kind of romantic tropes and that type of banter. If not, it was a nightmare. This issue in general is a little one and done, and most likely a nice bridge before things get a tad more intense. They've been setting other villains up, like the Minotaur, It does highlight this run on its lighter side and give you a good sense of what kind of Bruce/Batman you're working with here. This issue for me was just a pleasant read, and I happened to read it when I wasn't having the best day, and it made me smile and laugh and improved it, so suffice it to say, I enjoyed it. Yes, it is a bit of a meme that Bruce gets with all the ladies, but that is also part of his base character trait, Playboy, and the energy presented behind it here isn't sleazy, it's fun, although I'm sure some could read into it that there is power dynamics, imbalance, the funding, all of those kind of things. One could take it that way, but the way it's presented, it seems more just trying to play with classic tropes. The energy between him and Annika is already familiar, and while it is, as mentioned, trope heavy, they have some appeal. If you read the past issues, there is a strong continuity, like the gift he got her was thoughtful, he was listening to her. Personally, I'm also not a Batcat person, so anybody who's not Selena gets some bonus points. I know, canceled, unsubscribe. Not a permanent Batcat person. Sometimes, on and off, as a relationship that is doomed kind of thing. In my opinion, one of them has to fundamentally change to make that relationship work. Compromise seems difficult in that regard. But again, different strokes for different folks. Now people are going to argue about that down in the comments. Speaking of things we can talk about down in the comments, when I posted some panels list in the community tab, there was a comment that came in with a place your bets as to what's going to happen to Annika, and I thought they were interesting choices, and so I want to share it here. So you can all place your bets now. Number 1, let's just be friends with benefits. Number 2, secret bad guy. Number 3, the breakup. Number 4, the fridge. Number 5, amnesia. Number 6, moving on to another partner. Number 7, stuck in an alternate universe with a Bruce who will stay with her. I'm gonna add in the extremely unlikely near mythical number 8. It works out. As the way things are and just some of the things that have happened, even from issue 1, things appear to be lining up for 2, but I'm ready to be surprised. That would be a subversion of expectations. Maybe it really wasn't a date. That's the subversion. He has reason to be investigating her. Maybe we're back to a Bruce who plays with a reputation, or his reputation precedes him, but he also likes her a bit. Because while upbeat, this work is still layered. As for this issue, it was enjoyable, diverting. These Batman issues just overall have been easy to read. They're quite inviting, which is something that sometimes you're just in the mood for, just like other times you're in the mood for dense or dark. Like mileage, moods vary. Now, of course, like with anything, this won't be for everyone. For some, this will be too like, not their Batman, not their tempo. Some may not enjoy the quasi-romance or just not enjoy seeing those kind of plots in their Batman book. For some, the tropes may grate, or they may feel that Annika is speedrunning being important. The villain on the cover is not that big a deal this issue, so some may feel that that was a tad overhyped. This run has been an enjoyable one to me so far. And for one that has advertised itself as new and older reader friendly, it's doing a decent job straddling that line. It's definitely an approachable series, so if it sounds up your alley, then check it out. If it doesn't, avoid it like Crime Alley. Don't go down there. Don't bring your parents. This comic cheered me up, and so do comments. I can't wait to see what you have to say down there. Did you like this issue? Do you like Annika? Do you like when there's romance for Bruce? Are you getting used to having another voice be Batman sometimes? Your thoughts, share them down below. While you're down there, please do all the YouTube things. Comment, subscribe, hit the bell notifications so that you never miss a vid. Thanks so much for taking some time out of your day to spend discussing comics with me. I always appreciate it, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. How do you credibly say all aboard?
I don't know, especially in a deep voice. All aboard!
It's not a train.
Choo-choo!
Like, I guess try for like a all aboard.
All aboard.
What did you want?
No, you are not. What are you, I wonder, when you're not pretending to be this?
I'm Batman!
He has a fire line here, actually.